G'day, swingers, and welcome. It's Monday, August the 10th. Macca's Old School. I'm Macca. This isn't an episode. We're just doing a couple of little updates and also a promotion of our up-and-coming guest, which will be episode 14. Firstly, I'd like to say we've just hit our 1 year mark. So thank you to our 115 loyal subscribers. We do appreciate it. We're still small time and amateur, but we're trying to step it up a little bit. So we most grateful. We've just completed 13 episodes in that 12 months, and I think we've got somewhere around 16,500 views. So thanks very much for everyone. We do appreciate it. We're trying to do some different kind of stuff. I started this a year ago in the lockdowns because the politicians pissed me off, and they do, and they still do. I don't know what's gone wrong with the world. But of lately, we have gone more predominantly crime stories, still sticking with the old school 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. And that sort of thing. We do have, we got Mr. Henry on originally, and he's been fantastic for us. And since then, we have extended our series on crime. But we're still not 100% predominant, but we're predominantly crime. Not, I've got a couple other little things planned before the end of the year. Anyway, let's cut to the chase. So thanks very much for everyone. We really appreciate it. Episode 14. We're coming up. We're, again, doing our crime. As I just said, we're extending that. So we got a really hard, old school, tough man. His name alone installed fear into people, particularly of that day, 70s, 80s, 90s. People knew him, and people were scared of him. And quite frankly, I don't blame him. He's had an unbelievable life, and it's been incredibly tough for him. Of course, he's been to jail. We're going to let him tell his story the way he wants to on episode 14, which is coming up very soon. Unbelievably tough man, and really has lived and worked for all sorts of stuff, cartels, triads, all sorts of stuff. And it's all real Australian stories, like we've always said from the start with our previous guests. We thank Mr. Kellick. He did very well. And, of course, Abba Henry. We thank these people very much. So this is our third Major League star. His name is Mr. Garry Page, and he's been involved in the criminal world for quite some years. He isn't anymore. As we've always discussed on this show, everything we discuss is on public record. It's something that hasn't been spoken about before. We're very privileged, actually, that Mr. Page has given us this time, because he doesn't do a lot of interviews, and he hasn't for a long time. So we're very grateful of that. And as I said, he's going to tell his story. And it really is a remarkable story, swingers. I'm telling you, the way he wants to. So he'll start with some relevant stuff, and then he may go back to his childhood. He'll do it his way. So and I'll do a bit of an intro into that. But this guy is quite incredible, and his stories are unbelievable. So that'll be Mr. Garry Page on episode 14. We are lucky to be speaking with this man, Garry Page, a.k.a. Hood, H-O-D. He will tell you about that. He is the real deal, and he's been through some unbelievable shit. And again, folks, it's all 100% real. Australian criminal history, Australian crime stories from that time of the 60s, 70s, 80s onwards. He's not a man to be messed with at all. He's retired from that world now, and is still unbelievably fit and very capable. He will tell his story on our next episode, and we're very lucky to have Garry Page on. Basically, thank you very much. That was all we really needed to do. We want to promote Mr. Page very much. He is a staunched enforcer, and like I said, he's got So many stories, true stories, and of public record. So again, swingers, thank you very much. We've hit our 1 year mark. We're so grateful. 115 subscribers, and please subscribe anytime you want. And as I said, predominantly crime stories now, but we've got a couple of other little surprises before the end of the year. So episode 14 coming up, Macca's Old School, Mr. Garry Page, unbelievable. The real deal, a.k.a. HOD, Hood. And we're really looking forward to it. It's going to be a really interesting interview, and there's some pretty incredible stuff there, folks. So please watch it. Please press subscribe or like or dislike, whatever you like. Okay? Thank you very much. And we've got lots of little surprises in store for you guys real soon. Thanks very much for swingers, and we'll talk to you real soon. For now, bye.